so welcome to Pretty Lies and Ugly Truths, where you can either die with the lie or
the truth will set you free.
And I am the Alex E. Miller, and that lovely voice you just heard was
Toya V. Mamiana.
All right. And here at Pretty Lies and Ugly Truths, we allow the guests to introduce themselves. So without further ado.
Hi, I'm Jasmine. I'm Jasmine.
Got you. All right. So, Jasmine, we're going to do it the same way they do, like people, first day on the job somewhere, right? What do they say? Stand up and tell us about yourself. So you go ahead. You lead the way. We're going to follow your lead.
All right. So, I'm from St. Pete, Florida. I have a business called Dazzling where I handcraft, style, and design fashion jewelry. I'm on my third year now, so yeah.
Nice.
That's what's up.
Nice. Congrats.
3-year anniversary.
Yeah.
Starting off on the right foot. You from Pinellas County, so I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
For sure. Y'all can.
Yeah, we all can appreciate that.
Yeah.
So, as far as Dazzling Treasures, just pretty much let us know exactly what is that company? Like Dazzling Treasures is what do I buy from Dazzling Treasures?
Fashion jewelry, handcrafted fashion jewelry. I do earrings, rings, necklaces, body chains, body jewelry. I kind of been starting to do like a little bit of clothing with jewelry on them. And yeah, it's just growing into more than just jewelry, but it started with jewelry.
You do the feet one that go down and you know what I mean? Like the feet jewelry.
Yeah, the bare feet jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I do.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So people that have them those OnlyFans, the feet OnlyFans, they probably want to buy some Dazzling Treasures.
Like when I put hashtags like feet jewelry or I love feet or pretty feet, you see all of them. All of them pictures.
It goes crazy.
People are serious about it.
Man, listen, I try to be serious about it. I'm like, listen, this is the thing.
Yes, and I have pretty feet. I've gotten compliments, and it's like tempting, but
very.
It's a lot of work you got to put into it.
Yeah.
So how do you select models for that? I mean, because are you the only model for the feet jurewelry, or like how does that work?
Yeah.
Do you ever have anybody that comes to you and say, "Oh, I'm a model for it"? And you like, your feet do not cut.
Right. I haven't had any feet models. No feet models. I do the feet modeling.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you wouldn't really have to, especially with you having pretty feet. Like, I'm not gonna pay y'all. It's too easy. I can just.
Gotcha. Yeah. So, what inspired that idea to start the body jewelry and everything else that you can get from Dazzling Treasures?
So it just started with earrings. I was just working my 9-to-5 job, and I was coming home not doing anything with my spare time, and I was just at home with one of my friends, and I'm like, what should I do for like a side hustle? And then as I mentioned, making dangle earrings, and I just got obsessed with it. And I'm like, yeah, I could. I never made a pair of earrings before or any jewelry, but I knew I could do it because I've always been crafty.
Yeah.
So like I got obsessed with it. I started YouTubing and Googling everything, and it just went on from there.
That's what's up. Very original. I can't say I've seen too many businesses like that. I think maybe Claire's in the mall.
Too many people can do what she do.
Yeah.
And it works, and that's so crazy. Like how it just came from me making a pair of earrings, and people just like started supporting, and I love it. Like I love creating things and even like creating visuals and like modeling for it and getting other models. So it just it's
cool. Your thing. You found your thing. Yeah.
And it just works.
That's dope. And I love people like you because I can't, but I love to buy stuff like that.
Yeah. And I noticed that too, like whenever like I done vendor tables, like people love handmade things.
Yeah.
They love original items. And I didn't know that before until I started doing it. Like whenever like I did events, they would see that I made jewelry, but once they heard they were handmade, it like a light bulb kind of went off. They're like, oh, it's handmade. Let me look even more.
Yeah.
They appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
You putting that work in. So you said you were looking for a side hustle. What was it that you were doing for work at that time that didn't satisfy you enough to let that be the sole hustle to where you was like, man, I need to get something else on the side, you know?
It's just a regular corporate job. I wasn't like needing money. It was just like, I don't know, it's just something that I've always was working towards something. And then at that time I didn't have anything to work towards or to get done. So I was just,
you were just in that routine every day. Okay,
yeah.
Go home, get up, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Going home, going to work, coming home, not doing nothing. Mm-hmm. So there was something like I was just needing something.
Got you. So as far as like putting this together, was this all you, or is there any other like business partners involved that help you get it off the ground? Or?
It's just me.
Just you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
A lot of people, they have like visions and they want to start stuff, but they need someone else. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the fact that you're doing this on your own, that's like definitely admirable.
Yeah, I started, my friend who I was talking with, who was helping me come up with ideas, she was supposed to start with me, but she has like a family, so she didn't end up, she wasn't as like obsessed with it as I was.
That usually happens.
Yeah.
Especially when you start that conversation with that person, because it sounds so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's like, "Oh, I'll help. Oh, girl, I do this." You know what I mean? And it's just whoever's really was in it. And like you said, that happens a lot too, especially with somebody that has a family.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are y'all still friends?
Yeah, she's like my sister.
Okay, great. You like great media training. You said she wasn't as obsessed.
No.
The word obsessed instead of dedicated. I like that. That was smooth.
Yeah, I guess it's the same. But to me, it was an obsession. Like I get in this, like, I don't know.
Okay, so you got to be like Kobe Bryant. He said, you know, you kind of got to be obsessed with the dream to make it come true.
Yeah.
For sure.
Where can people find Dazzling Treasures? Like, where is it online? Like, is there a website or?
Yeah, so I have my own website. It's dazzlingtreasures.net. And then I have a Facebook and Instagram, and they're both at Dazzling Treasures.
That's what's up. You ever thought about opening the physical store, brick and mortar store, or is it not really worth it nowadays?
I don't think so. No, I think it's just gonna just be strictly online, and then I'll do like pop-up shops and vendors and stuff like that.
I agree with that. Especially how the world is changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the corporate job that you had, how long were you working there?
I'm still working there.
Okay.
So it's gonna be 5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Soon I'm hoping to like kind of, go part-time and then eventually just be fully into Dazzling Treasures.
Well, you got to do what you got to do, you know what I'm saying, to be able to invest in it and being that, like you said, there's no partners.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that 100%, because otherwise somebody might come in and take the vision a different direction. They have bad feet models and all type of stuff.
Yeah,
Let somebody else take over it.
Yeah, that's scary for me.
Is there ever a time like you go through like maybe just feeling discouraged or like, is this gonna really work, or you just been going with the flow? Like, how has it been like with you personally with this, trying to get your own business and being an entrepreneur and work and all that? Like, how is that for real with you?
I don't get discouraged that it's not gonna work, but I do get like, since it is only me, it's like hard to really do everything that I want to do. And then with the full-time job, it's like I'm drained. So like when I come home, I'm tired. I want to work on my business, but it's like it gets a lot. But I don't feel like it's not gonna work.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's up.
Yes.
Yeah,
And I'm not in a rush to like for it to like blow up.
blow up,
Because
right.
it's just me. Like if it did blow up, I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, like
Right,
this.
right, right.
But I'm just going with the flow of it. I'm not in a rush to for anything. I'm just like, taking it how.
Taking your time with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like it might be some people watching this, right? And they want to do the same thing that you're doing, but they may say, man, like, I would start a business like Jazz, but, I'm working and I don't have time left over or money left over to start a business. So if you wouldn't mind, like, walk us through that process of what it takes to start the business, like as far as like dollar for dollar, like, you need to make sure you put aside this amount of money or whatnot, and then let us know how you find ways to invest time into the business outside of work and still have time for yourself.
Well, with time, I'm a loner. So like it's not hard for me to make time for my business, and I don't have children. So like whenever I come home or even on the weekends, like I'm just focused on my business. I probably messed up my personal life because I'm so into my business.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm not doing stuff like productive towards my business, then I feel like I'm like, it doesn't sit right sometimes with me because I'm so like, this is my, like, this is my passion.
Exactly.
But with money wise, I got a credit card and I bought like just a few things that I needed to start my business. Like I had a few things that I wanted to buy because I had some specific earrings that I wanted to make. So I bought like yarn and earring hooks and just like tools that I would need. So I just invested a little bit of money in that.
Right.
And then just whenever they sold, I put it back into my business. I never used it for personal. So whenever I make a sale, it comes from my business money now. So I don't.
That's what's up. So I didn't know that it was your feet when I'm, was looking on the Dazzling Treasures stuff. Was that cat that was in the
my
YouTube
cat.
video?
He just jumped up.
Well, that cat, I said, hey, you need to put that cat in a movie, man. He want to be on the camera.
I was definitely gonna ask you if you didn't have kids. I was like, you got a pet.
I have one cat. he's my cat son. He's a handful.
Yeah, he tried to get your anniversary video. He like popped up, and then you had the little chipmunk voice going.
Oh yeah, on my YouTube. Yeah, I do have a YouTube. I forgot because I don't really post on there.
It's like I forgot.
Is that on purpose? Like, cause like the reason I mentioned the thing about I didn't know that was your feet. When I looked at the Dazzling Treasures stuff online, I seen a lot of different models modeling the body jewelry, and you have some businesses where they decide, I'm the face of the business. I want people to see me. And then you have some people like, you know what, I'd rather play the backdrop and then let people just know the business for who it is. And I'm just kind of behind the scenes. Is that like by design, you want it to be that way?
No, I just model if I have to. If there's a specific photographer who wants to work with me and I love his work, I will work with him. But other than that, I want other models.
Gotcha.
I want to be behind the scenes because it's a lot when I create jewelry and then come up with a concept. And then if I have to model, then I have to get my hair done, my makeup done, all of that. So it's a lot. It's better for me to be behind the scenes. And I love other women modeling my jewelry. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I don't want it to be only about me because, it's more than me.
That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. That's smart, I think, in my opinion, because some people where if they too much in the forefront, it can distract away from the brand if anything happens in their life that a customer don't agree with or something? You know, everybody out here, they feel like you got to be a certain type of way or they want to cancel you, as they say.
This times are so crazy. I'm so nervous about that. Like, I'm like, I don't want to get canceled.
Yeah, I've dealt with that
Like,
personally before, and I was like, man, anything else I do, I don't want nobody to know I'm doing it.
it's crazy.
Because like people can be like just so hateful, like God, you know what I mean? And especially for me, I was from a city that everybody know each other and there's drama, and man, they see my face on it, they were like, I was like, okay, I'm hiding from now on.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Hey, I understand that. So, okay, so like what Toya just said about everybody, you know, being in the city where she's from, knowing her. You were born and raised in that area, St. Pete, Florida, Jasmine?
I was born in New York, in Yonkers, New York, but
Okay.
I was raised in St. Pete. I moved out here. My family moved out here when I was 7.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm a Florida girl.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Do you feel like when you tell people about your business, do you feel like they support it the way you expected them to? Or do you feel like sometimes they kind of front on you because they're like, oh, this is Jasmine from the Bird. You know what I'm saying? Like
people that I know.
Yeah.
People that I know.
mm-hmm.
No, people support. They support.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You seem like a really sweet person though. Like everybody doesn't get the same treatment. You seem like one of those people that like everybody just likes. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just from what I see. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. I mean, I'm nice. And then like if you get me mad, then I get mad. But for the most part, I try to be good.
You know how to channel them emotions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I know when you mentioned you know you don't want to get canceled and stuff like that, and I know on your YouTube page you open up about you know dealing with like anxiety and you know you mentioned everything you do from the lavender Epsom salt baths to lighting candles to yoga, meditation. Is that something that you just do whenever like the anxiety you know kind of puts you in that funk, or is it something that you kind of do like on a daily basis or weekly basis? Like how does that work for you?
I don't do it on a daily basis, but that's bad because if I did do it on a daily basis, I probably wouldn't get anxiety as much. But whenever I do get anxiety, because I have like I have social anxiety but I definitely do like the scents like lavender and meditation and yoga and prayer and like just
breathing techniques.
Sage and
Right.
the Palo Santo, like everything. Like I try to do
Right.
because it's real.
It is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it that stuff like where did you find out about all those different you know ways to get over or deal with your anxiety? Was it something that you read like in a book somewhere, or you were just Googling it, or you had like a friend that was like, hey, you ought to try this and try that? You know what I'm saying? Because those are, you know, I mean, you hear nothing against prayer and meditation, but those are very common. But when I heard you mention like the lavender Epsom salt, I'm like, man, I need to start looking into Epsom salt, you know, because you were speaking about how you breathe it and all of that. And I'm like, okay, or inhale it. I'm like, man, that's pretty deep.
Yeah. Well, I got introduced to like spiritual like meditation through like yoga. That's the first like way I got introduced to it. But with social media, like I follow spiritual pages and pages to help cope with anxiety and depression. So I just get tips from social media, or like I'll even like Google what's or YouTube best home remedy for anxiety or depression.
Right.
That's smart. A lot of people, they use the library in their pocket for something else. They go on social media for a whole another thing. You using it for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if I don't know something, I'm gonna Google it or YouTube or something.
Did you ever like, I'm sure, because none of us are born having anxiety. It's just something happens and triggers, and we just end up that way. I know it was for me for sure. Just like one day, and it just got bigger from there. But have you ever considered like trying medication and stuff like that? Like, what do you think? What is your opinion on that?
I don't want to get on medication, but that's just me in general. Like I don't really take medication like that if I have a headache or stuff
Yeah.
like that. But I don't know. I actually just bought some CBD oil. I
Hmm.
really like CBD oil. I tried it once, and then even bought like CBD joints,
Hmm.
Okay.
like joints to smoke. It's like lavender in it and something else. I haven't tried it yet, but I can't wait to get it.
Yeah, because see, I could tell you were, because from when anybody that does all of those other things is not a medicine taker. And I myself deal with and I do all of those things. So I just knew, I was like, she's not into the medication. And I was just so against it. So just answering Alex, like I just started Googling because they would try to give me something. And I'm like, nah, I can't do this. It'd give me anxiety medicine. Like I will freak out. I don't like medicine at all. So
Mhm.
it's just like, the find just researching from there, because I had to learn how to live. I was like disabled at one point with it, like it
Mm.
took over me. So I was like, I gotta figure something out. So I understand like firsthand how it is dealing with that, and but it gets easier after time, especially when you take the time to actually do those things like you said. It gets
Mhm.
easier, for sure.
That's what's
Yeah.
up. I'm gonna start looking into that. The CBD,
I
the
want to try
essence.
CBD though. I have not tried that.
I only bought one bottle before, and I like probably finished it in like 2 weeks.
Hmm.
But
It was good.
yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
It helped me.
Because like
So
weed for me freaks me out too. So I can't
I
do it.
I can't smoke weed.
I cannot.
I get paranoid.
Oh my, bro, straight like heart racing. I'm about to die. Take me to the hospital. You know what I mean? Like, so
uh,
and I hate it because I like the smell of weed, like for sure. Like
Mhm.
I don't mind when people do it. And they're like, yeah, this helps. I'm like, not me. So CBD has been that thing that I'm like, I want to try you so bad.
Yeah.
hmm.
And it smells like weed too. It has the same scent, but
Yeah,
it's not like you don't get high off of it.
that's why I want to try it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm like dying. When I heard you say you had, I'm like, yeah, because I need to know. I wanna try it so bad.
I I can't wait for my package to come in the mail because I enjoyed it. I liked it. But
Huh.
I think you have to make sure you get it from like an organic, someone who makes it.
Right.
Organic.
There's an organic store by my house, and they sell so much of different things of CBD, and
Okay.
that would be probably a place I would trust to go to for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I struggled with anxiety in my life, and I used to have a drinking problem. This November would be 7 years since I had anything to drink,
Oh
and
wow.
Better than me.
like medication,
Me too.
shit, man. My mom's had put me on Prozac, and like it's a doctor right now that can tell you I healed myself. Like I straight up was like, now mind you, like her and my pops was conflicted. He was like, nah, he don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Like with him doing acting and rapping, he got to be creative, and it can get in the way of that. So, I just, started working out. I almost had like a heart attack. So I had got a personal trainer
Right.
and just started eating right. And then that worked out for me. But I'm never a big fan of medication because
Nah.
when you taking that shit, it don't make you feel like you like you. I mean,
No.
we all like evolve and we're not like the exact same person, what I'm saying, as we, mature. But it just I didn't feel like myself. I didn't feel like I was I didn't feel as in control of my thoughts. I felt like it was something else. And I'm like, man, I'm good on that. And that's weed. Smoked for like one summer when I was a teenager, but I never could get into that because when I'm looking at how, people how it would make them react, it sounds contradicting being that I would drink, but it was just like,
Yeah.
I'm good
It's a
on that.
different feeling.
Everybody
Yeah.
got it is. Oh yeah, damn.
I
Hey,
think too
100%.
much already. So when I whenever I did smoke, my mind was just
Gone.
yeah.
Wasting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, just thinking I'm like the worst person in the world. I go to tripping. Like, I'm horrible. Like, I don't have my life together. Like, I just, oh man.
Yes, you really start thinking that.
Oh my God, like all the things I did this week was wrong. Why did I mess with that dude that I knew that like just stress myself?
Yeah.
Like, bro, like over some crazy shit too. Like it, nah.
Yeah.
So you have anxiety, right? Is it anything? Can you pinpoint a moment that started, or is it something that you just always remember having to deal with?
I think it started the first time I ever felt anxiety where I felt like I didn't want to leave my house. I got robbed by gunpoint in front of my apartments that I lived in when I was like 21. And yeah, that was the first time I ever experienced anxiety, and I couldn't go nowhere for a few months.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So that's that story about the getting robbed. I remember you opening up about that on your YouTube page. So you kind of like answered my question before I even asked, because I was going to wonder, being that you used to dance, and just in my mind, a lot of people's mind, okay, if somebody can strip, they definitely don't have issues with anxiety because everybody looking at them. You know what I'm saying? So I guess from you saying it happened when you got robbed, when you started stripping, you didn't have anxiety. It's something that came from the lifestyle, kind of closing in on you.
Yeah, well, dancing, I drank a lot. So whenever you drink, you get liquor courage.
Yeah.
So
See?
that kind
See?
of helped me be able to dance because I couldn't dance sober. There was no way. But it wasn't anxiety, it was just fear.
Gotcha.
And then whenever I got robbed, that's when anxiety came.
Right.
Separate those two for me real quick, and anybody else that's watching. When you said it wasn't anxiety, it was just fear. How would you say break down the difference between those two words?
Fear is just like being scared to do something. Anxiety is
So different.
I feel different.
Yeah.
I feel different. Like with anxiety, I feel like tingles sometimes.
Okay.
And fear, I feel anxiety more on my chest. Fear, I feel it in my gut.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
yeah. I never like even explained it that way before,
No.
but that's just how
That's
I feel.
fine.
Like I think that's how I feel fear in my gut.
Fear is like more of an emotion, and anxiety is more like a physical, like you're having literally physical symptoms of having a heart attack. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just two different things. You just feeling something, and then you're really physically going through something. You know what I mean? That's how I would look at it. The two different,
Yeah.
Because I used to dance, and
I never had to explain the two, but
yeah.
that's how I kind of see it. Yeah.
That's what's up. Like, okay, so I remember you mentioning you got back into that industry, right? You stripped again after being robbed. There was a stint where you okay. Would you say that dancing, and I apologize because I'm gonna ask you in a second about dancing and stripping, because I almost feel like when somebody says stripping, it's like offensive. Am I right?
Not to me.
Okay.
I don't know.
Gotcha. Okay. So
But dancing sounds more kind of better. I don't know how to
acceptable, more like
it sounds more like PG.
okay, I'm with you.
Now that you mentioned it, yes, say that.
Gotcha. We're gonna say dancing. So when you got back into dancing, would you say that kind of helped you with your anxiety, like kind of to somewhat get over it? Like the reason I say that, like when people have a fear of heights, they'll say, okay, go skydive. You know what I'm saying?
Not the same.
It didn't help me. Well, maybe because it forced me to face it, because I couldn't just like stay in the house and do nothing. But it just made me face it. But then I drank still. So whenever you drink,
Oh,
it kind of
Yeah.
takes that pain away and that fear and that anxiety away.
Yeah.
got you. It
Mhm.
sounds a lot like what you hear people that do music say. People be like, they gotta light up. You know what I'm saying? If they literally can't get to part in their brain to be able to create unless they drinking or smoking. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you
Mm.
need that courage to be able to get to certain spots in your brain that society, that made you afraid to go to. It's like it's
Yeah.
there, but society is like, it makes you feel like it's this room that you are not supposed to go into in your mind. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
Hmm. Would you say, Toya, you felt that same thing when you dance as well, like her, where you needed to drink or smoke to get in the mood, or were you able to hop right into it?
Um, I've always really been the type of person that I've always been scared of everything. So I get scared to get drunk. Like I drink, but I'm not, I get scared to just like, I'm really scared. But that's why I told you before, I like was the worst stripper, dancer, whatever, because I was sober.
Gotcha.
Mm.
So I just was bad at the business. Like I just didn't really know how to get the money like that. I was not that grinder and that hustler when it came to it. So I had to get to a point where I'm like, just get out of this shit. Because I didn't have the courage to do anything, to hustle, to get myself in a space where I can hustle, so it was like that because I was really shy. And I mean, I'm just now working on trying not to be shy for real.
I'm
Gotcha.
And
shy too.
man, like bad. So
Yeah.
it and it's crazy because people always love to say, "Well, you dance. I know you ain't shy, man." Listen, that ain't got shit to do
That
with
lick of courage though.
that.
That lick of courage.
Sometimes I definitely drink. Like I said, I drink, but I just don't never take myself where I'm drunk or I'm, what I'm saying, whatever. But um, I would just get on that stage and zone out, and that would be my way of coping with it. I would just like I'm in a movie by myself acting out,
Mm.
Gotcha.
and I would just go all into this being this like
Right.
sexy being, and but as soon as I jump down, ah, I ain't got it. I'd have to know you.
You just feel comfortable to talk to
Oh, my
someone.
homeboy over there. Let me go. Shit. Let me go over there. I know them. I was scary as hell. So
Man. So, like, because I've heard you say earlier, Jasmine, and I just heard you mention Toya about that feeling of being scared and fear and anxiety with that business. What do y'all say? Because I feel like it's a thing 50 Cent says sometimes where he says there's no sympathy for winners, right? Some people feel like, like a lot of men, it's like if you're rich and you got money, it's like nobody feels like you have a reason to be sad or in
right.
fear or scared of nothing, right?
I just seen that today. That's
Do
crazy.
do y'all ever feel like as women that like beautiful women, there's no sympathy for them because people have this concept that okay, if somebody's a beautiful woman, then everything else should just flow for them and they shouldn't be scared or nothing should ever get in their way.
Yeah, I feel like it. It's not true though. Like we're all human, but I feel like people do see like they'll judge a beautiful woman and think she has it all, thinks that like life is good and she doesn't deal with insecurities or anxiety or any of these different like depression or all of that. I feel like it.
Gotcha.
Even oddly, they feel like we don't go through men problems. Like, what the fuck?
Right. They're like, how are you single?
I done been through more than a little
Right.
bit. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, it. I think it's weird how people really do that to people, and they judge in any kind of way, whether it's beautiful women, whether it's people that have money. It's just so weird because we're so human, and
Mm.
it's not any type of human on earth that is not going to something. It's like, where did y'all start that? Like, who started that? Like, for real, because I've been through hell, seriously.
Yeah.
And I think it's just weird.
So
And
on one of your videos on your YouTube, Jasmine, you spoke of people, judging books by their cover, and you kind of like they shouldn't do that. They should take the time to dive deeper. Online, sometimes you'll see stuff where people say women they'll prep themselves up to look beautiful to hide insecurities. But I have beautiful women in my family, and when I seen them do it, they wanted to get themselves, pretty and dolled up because it made them feel good about themselves. It actually helped with the anxiety. And I feel like that's how, like, fellas, that's how we feel when we get a haircut. You know what I'm saying? Is that the same for y'all, where it's like it's not necessarily to hide something, but it's just more because it makes you feel good about yourself?
To build your self-esteem. I think so, yeah.
Gotcha.
I think it's fun. I just think, like, who doesn't like to just do anything? You know what I mean? Like you said, like, even with you guys getting a haircut, like, who don't like, when anything you do to yourself that uplifts yourself is love. Who doesn't like that feeling? So for anybody to call it hiding something because I love myself, because I wanted to do my hair today, that's insane.
That's true.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Very unfair.
Yeah, really. Seriously.
Did you ever think about, because I know right now you say you still work and you wanted to go part-time. Do you ever consider the OnlyFans thing? Because like that's like a big thing now. And I know the way you spoke about with stripping, it was like, or dancing, I'm sorry, look at me. With dancing, it was a lot of the lifestyle, and that seems like that's what bothers you, with the stuff that you saw. But now people can do OnlyFans from home. Have you ever thought about, what, if I can do something from home and I don't have to feel as uncomfortable, maybe not go this route to invest in my business and free up more time?
No. I'm that part of me that's like, I wouldn't do that. The only thing I thought about was doing like a feet page, but like I said, it's a lot to go into it. Even like I thought about like I'm gonna really have to talk to these people. I really don't want to, so nah, I don't want to do that. I haven't thought about an OnlyFans page, no.
Got you. Yeah, that.
At all.
Yeah, my kids have spared the world because I have children. So,
and I mean, I have a business. I want, like, that's just not
for sure. And
that's not how I want to.
Especially with me coming out with this podcast, I'm like, I'm not. No, this is what I want to do.
Right.
What I want to be looked at as.
Like, I use my story as like for a motivation for someone else or some type of inspiration
to come out of that.
I'm not ashamed of it. It's, it helped me to become who I am today. Exactly. But that's done.
Right. I said that's so far, away. Like, I'm out of that. Way out of that.
Right. Different mindset. Bigger goals, bigger dreams, and
Gotcha. No, that you spoke of something that whoever works for OnlyFans, there's an idea that popped in my mind that I'm pretty sure they probably already considering. When you said you thought about starting a feet page, my mind went to okay, if somebody did that, right, and imagine it was like your jewelry, right, and then you could have it to where somebody could click to buy the product from there. You know what I'm saying? That might be something that would be very smart for them to do. So people
networking with or collaborating with the foot model, I would definitely do that.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Or those I know people that do the foot porn.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I didn't know about that.
I know a girl in it, and it's a real business. They really is like, it's for real.
That is why I try not to use
that. That is wild. I didn't know about that.
That's why.
I'm just throwing that out there. Maybe you might want to research where they at or something, and hey, tell them you got the hook. Hey, I got.
Maybe rocking the Dazzling treasure.
Oh my gosh, on a porn.
But you know what's funny? There's this thing you Google, IoT, the Internet of Things, and it talks about where they say things are going to be going in the future. I think Walmart's already doing this. So what it'll be is somebody could be watching a video on TV, and like just how like we're watching you, we could freeze frame this, right? And then we can click on the earrings, and we could see where to buy them at.
That's just
Oh, wow.
And I feel like with what she's saying about these videos, like the future is going to go to that, where people can literally say, hey, look, I want you to physically model my stuff. You know, it's like, instead of it being still photography, you be in a video rocking my stuff, and somebody can pause and click on it and be like, oh, I need to buy those.
Like right there and then.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Technology.
It
It's
was
Google
over the top.
IoT, Internet of Things. You'll see that. It's kind of
wow.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you see that at?
It was a guy that I met. Wait, where did I meet this dude at, man? I think it was at a gas station or something like that. He was like, we were in line, and he had like a briefcase, and I'm like, oh, headed out to work, and he's just like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the Starbucks or whatever, and it's like, I'm like, oh, okay, you work from there, and he started getting into the technology stuff, and he was like just going down all the stuff that's like coming down the line, because a lot of people work remotely in that field, kind of like how we're doing now, you know,
right?
And that's where I think the future's headed. A lot of people,
for sure,
go outside and do everything from the crib.
For sure. Yeah.
So what's next for Dazzling Treasures?
Just continuing to do what I'm doing now. I have a few photo shoots I have a photo shoot on Sunday, that I'm preparing for now, and then just continuing to grow my business, to grow my social media. Hopefully we can get out soon so I could go out and network and do like events and stuff. But just doing what I'm doing, and connecting with people, with new models, new photographers, doing interviews like this, just getting my brand out there.
That's what's
just growing as a person.
Gotcha. Well, we know for a fact it's gonna get there, because you got the right attitude. Your energy is, what I'm saying, is where it needs to be. So there's no reason the universe shouldn't open everything up for you to get everything that you're seeking. Random question, because a lot of stuff you said in this interview. Are you a fan of Jhené Aiko?
I love Jhené Aiko. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gotcha. You can see who is a fan of Jhené. You can look at a woman and tell she like
right. Everybody loves Jhené Aiko.
Yeah.
No, I love soul and R&B music, so like she just speaks to my soul, and I'm pretty sure everybody else's soul.
For sure. But quick question: do you plan on building a team around your business?
Yeah, so I was just like mentioning that yesterday. I felt like alone. But I do. I have a photographer I've been working with. She's a woman photographer, and we just like create beautiful visuals together. So I know I have her. I have friends who are fashion designers, clothes designers, hairstylists. So I have people, and I have models who are always like, hitting me up. And but yeah, I do. I need like a stylist. I need an assistant / someone like to help me create jewelry. But yeah, that's what I'm working towards. But like with me, like I don't know, like it's hard because I don't know if I could trust people with my baby. But I feel like it'll happen. It's gonna happen genuinely.
Yeah, I think a lot of companies they'll find better fits for their business if they ask more lifestyle questions. Like I remember I was interviewing somebody, for a position, and one of the other people in management was like, man, like what is that? Is that like a notebook? I'm like, no, I asked a lot of questions. And they're like, why'd you dive so deep into certain questions? I'm like, because if I got an understanding of their lifestyle, I'll know, how great they're going to fit into this. Because when you mention you're somebody that's a loner, right? That lets you know that it's isn't too difficult for you to dedicate yourself to.
Nah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But somebody that just feels like they have to be in the mix, has to be out and about, you know, not willing to, you know, to get up early, not willing to do like you're model, you hopping out. You didn't say, hey, I don't have models for certain things. You like, hey, I'll model it myself. You know, I don't have somebody to craft it. I handcraft it myself. So it's got to be somebody that I feel got that same type of mentality that you do, just as far as their life, like, you know, kind of somebody that's more self-sufficient, and they should be able to fit into the mold.
It's gonna be awesome seeing you get bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know you're gonna be
excited.
big. You're gonna be big. I already know that.
I'm excited.
You're already doing it. You're already in the middle of it. So, you know, I congratulate you, and it's awesome. You need to watch it.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
just your lifestyle, I know you don't want to be like in the forefront, but I feel like the lifestyle that you live, as far as like the yoga, the meditation, you know, the lavender, Epsom salt bath, stuff like that. Like those are all things that I feel people might identify with your brand, you know, if they see somebody maybe modeling it, you know, in those settings. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's something that somebody would wear when they go to do yoga or while they're in the, you know, the tub or whatever, but I just feel like people would connect with you like that because you live a very holistic.
Upside down with the body jewelry on. That'd be dope.
What was it? Hold on. What was it?
Like,
that sounds kind of cute.
You know those like dope yoga stands when they're like on their head.
Oh.
On, you know what I mean? Or like someone in the tub, you know, with the like, you know how you do the spiritual baths and all that with the flowers and all that stuff in it.
Yeah.
Facts.
Like the foot jewelry on with their foot out the tub. That'd be dope.
I have a goddess collection, like where I make jewelry, like goddess rings and arm cuffs and waist beads, and so I feel like that collection would go good with that type of vibe. That photo shoot.
Yeah.
That'd be cute.
Yeah, because I think people are gonna identify with that. that lifestyle, like a lot of the young generation is finally like getting hip to that.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like it used to be a thing that only certain people were into, but now everybody is like trying to eat right, trying to, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to, you know, try to, I guess, do whatever they need to do to push out those demons, you know what I'm saying? And what you do, I feel like people will like love that. They'll be like, man, I'm gonna buy her stuff just because the brand seems to represent everything that's gonna keep my head in the right space. Like, is there any adversity that you know have had to deal with, you know, to this day, you know, trying to get this business, you know, not it's already off the ground, but like, is there any adversity that you ran into to take it to the next level? You ever feel like it was at a standstill?
No, not so far. I mean, the only adversity would be me fighting myself whenever like I'm going through like emotions. But that would be it. Not anyone trying to stop what I'm doing or no.
Anything else getting in the way?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. You'll be there soon.
Hopefully not.
You'll be, I'm saying not with adversity. I'm saying you'll be success.
Oh yeah.
And prosper. You know what I mean? It's gonna grow soon because I don't know why I just feel that way, but I mean it's just so you. And that's dope to see that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's really you. And I know and you have nothing but the opportunity to really just make it go as big as you want it to go.
Yeah.
A lot of people do deal with adversities and kids and, you know, not having any money and stuff like that. And you really have just like an open slate to just do whatever you want to do with this.
Yeah, the stars are aligned. Stars are aligned for you. What would you say your greatest achievements so far since you got the business going?
My greatest achievements, shipping. I feel like whenever I ship to another state, whenever I get like a random person, I feel like it's a big achievement. But just the whole thing in general, like me, just everything. That's a big achievement. Like I'll just like sit back and I'm like, dang, this is really something.
Right. I'm
And
doing
I'm
it.
like, it just started with me just wanting to make a pair, sell like a pair of earrings on Etsy, and
Yeah,
it's here now. So, and then I know it's gonna get bigger. So it's just,
that's dope.
Got you. I saw your page. Some of the photos I clicked on, those little white dots popped up, so people can click on that and they can purchase it from
mm-hmm,
social media. Is that
mm-hmm.
what that's for? Okay,
Yeah,
that's smart. That's
it
smart.
makes it easier. It took me a while to figure that out, but yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you feel you get the majority of your sales from? Is it do you think it's social media is what's driving the most traffic to it?
Yeah, definitely. But as like location wise, a lot of people in Tampa show love. And just people that I know that I grew up with, they always get like custom orders, custom made jewelry. And Texas and Georgia have been like really showing love
That's
recently.
what's up.
So it's exciting.
Huh.
So, so
You ever thought about moving out to one of those states because of the clientele out there?
Um, yeah, kind of. Well, not for the clientele, maybe for like networking wise.
Okay.
yeah.
But because clientele, that's gonna it's an online business. I can get, it's just a networking. But yeah, I think about moving to another state.
What state you think about moving to?
I don't know. Maybe like
No.
maybe like California, or I don't know, New York. Just another city. But
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a thought. But I'm willing to take it
If
somewhere
it
else.
comes, you're willing to go.
Yeah.
So that's dope. Cali's dope. I love
I've
Cali.
never
You been?
been, but
You would love it.
no.
Yeah, you would love it. You been to New York?
Yeah, I was
Oh
born
yeah,
and
you were born in New York. Yeah.
raised.
So do you go
But
there?
I've only went back once when I was 16, so I
Okay,
haven't been as an adult. I haven't
right.
had that experience.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you would love Cali. Cali is a whole nother world though.
Is it?
It's a whole other world. Like in their own world.
Yeah,
Like
I've heard some
Yeah.
people say that's like another country. Like it's like you
They
have
have
like the
their
United
own rules.
States.
and then it's like when you're there, it's like nobody even notices you either. They don't care. They're just in their world in another world. Like it's weird.
Oh wow.
It's not like it's everybody's mute, but you can just tell like everybody's just on their own wave.
Mhm.
Like you walking through the streets and people are just in their own thing. They're not looking around, looking at you. Like it's just crazy. But it's dope. I love it. I love it over there for real. Yeah.
I'm
That's
gonna
what's up.
go.
Yeah, you should go visit.
Yeah, yeah. It sounds like this is all the makings for her to make a visit. At least see the
Get
sights.
your home girl. Y'all get a flight.
Yes.
Your friend that was talking about starting it with you that didn't. This might be what push her over the hump.
Huh.
You know what I'm saying?
Moving?
Yeah, like say if y'all take a trip. You know what I'm saying? It might be something that it might inspire something that they'll be like, man, I'm gonna hop on now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because she know
She's welcome to hop in anytime, but you know,
he ain't gonna
like
force nobody.
Everything ain't for everybody.
yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
we got their own stuff.
Whenever you run into those moments where you do feel like giving up, what would you say keeps you going?
Um, I guess uh not having it at all. Like I feel like that would I can't not see myself without working towards Dazzling Treasure or working on Dazzling Treasures. I would have nothing. Like I would be like, so that keeps me going. Like I can't.
So you don't go through wanting to give up.
No,
Yeah. I mean, I got that from you when you
not
said
yet. And
No, no, no,
hopefully
no. We don't want to
not.
claim that. We don't want to claim that.
no.
No.
Yeah, no. I
Yeah.
just seen her already as that. Like you ain't gonna go through that. Like
No.
you're in love that is you. It's you. What you're doing
Yeah.
is you. And I get that. So I don't even see you even going through that.
No.
Being a role.
I can't.
How are you able to stay so focused? You know, you have some people that will say like, okay, I started this as something to do on the side, and I wanted it to replace, you know, my full-time job. But since it hasn't replaced it yet, some people may say, you know what, I'm gonna put this down and I'm gonna go try this, or try that. What is it that you know keeps you with that same tunnel vision that you had 3 years ago to be like, no, this is gonna be it, and I'm gonna, you know, ride with this and not control.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen people who start businesses and they don't stay, you know, stick with it, or they'll just switch from different, just different things that they want to do.
Jasmine.
I honestly, I don't know. I think it's like I don't know how. I don't know. It's just mine. It's my, like, I can't. The only thing I could think of is obsession. Like, it's mine. I don't know.
It's you.
Yeah. It's got your heart. It's got your heart.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah. So, I mean, so that pretty much answers it. You know, like it's something that like when something got your heart, you know, nothing can pull you away from it anyway. So you know what I'm saying, that all makes sense. So is there anything else that you would want people to know about you that they don't already know? Or to know about the business that they don't already know?
I don't know. I mean, I handcraft everything myself. I you know, push it. I do everything. I built my website. I did everything basically. But no, I guess I think we spoke about everything.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you very focused. You align. You know what I'm saying? It seems as if like you have a vision and you already know exactly how to get where you're going, and it's like you're gonna stick with that, and nothing's gonna sway you in any other direction. You know what I'm saying? It's like you seem as if you feel everything is happening at the timing and the pace that it needs to. You seem very centered and at peace with that, which is clutch.
Yeah.
That's a big thing. All right. Well, thank you so much. You got anything else for us, Toya?
I know. I don't. I'm done harassing. I'm not.
Are there any pretty lies that you told us today? Did you tell us any pretty lies, Jasmine, or was everything? Was it all the truth?
It was all the truth.
It was all the truth.
I can't lie.
She can't lie. That's what's
she sound like me, huh? I can't lie.
I can't lie either. Like, you'll see it in my face. It'll get hot.
I feel you on that.
You're not the one to come to after a fucked up haircut. But how it look? Like, you know,
like, you look okay.
So she looking away. That's what's up. All right. Well, I think if you wouldn't mind, we already had you do it earlier, but if you could do it one more time, let people know where to find you, where to find Dazzling Treasures, or anything else that you want to make sure people know how to access.
Yeah. You could follow us at Dazzling Treasures on Instagram and Facebook, and check out our website at www.dazzlingtreasures.net.
Gotcha.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
And I need to hit you up for some of that foot jewelry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try not to use it for OnlyFans, but no.
It'll probably help.
She's like, yeah, actually, if you can.
It'll help the OnlyFans.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure. Hell yeah. So
Dazzling Treasures is gonna be like the J's and the Yeezys for feet models.
Exactly. I'll turn it up for you if you want me to. Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank y'all.
I
appreciate y'all.
We're grateful for you. So we'll be able to say, hey, we had her on before it, got to that level. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be running up on you like, hey, you know us.
But we'll all be there together, so it'll be fine.
Facts. Facts.
For real.
Facts.
That's dope.
Yeah, and we'll have to bring you back again.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
you
Right.
have a good night.
This was awesome. Thank y'all.
Yes, no
Oh, thank
problem.
you.
Thank you.
Right.